Mike, set this up. A trade that could end up being very, very big for the Cavs, but didn't really make much noise when it happened.
No, we talked about the Lonzo Ball trade. The Cavs obviously traded Isaac Okoro to the Bulls, got Lonzo Ball back, and Brian Martin of NBA.com wrote an article last week on his 5 most under-the-radar moves of the offseason, moves that didn't draw the same attention as some of the blockbusters, and Lonzo Ball came in at number 5 on that list. We'll run through the top 5 real quick. He had Tyus Jones signing with Orlando at number 1, the Lakers signing Jake LaRavia at 2, Jay Huff going to the Pacers at 3, Luke Cornett going to the San Antonio Spurs at number 4, and then the Lonzo trade at 5. Health is the big question with Lonzo, but Jason, how big of an impact do you think Lonzo can have on this Cavs team, and would you agree with Brian Martin that this could be one of the more underrated moves of the offseason?
Compared to the rest of that list, I'd actually have it probably
I never even heard of
higher.
2 of those guys.
Yeah, I'd probably even have it a little bit higher than that. If Lonzo's healthy, he's going to help this team. The question is, can you keep him healthy in April, May, and June? Can you get him to April, May, and June?
Yeah.
He's had chronic injuries. It just hasn't been able to stay on the floor. If he's on the floor, yeah, he's going to help them. And you're only committed to him for 1 year. He's an option year after that. So it turns out, like, the way that this all worked out, I thought really worked out in their favor. They had been trying to move off Okoro's money earlier in the summer. They couldn't get off it clean. So this, to me, was a pretty good alternative to take a 1-year flyer on a guy at $10 million and see what you can get, because he's a facilitator. He's one of those guys that can really sort of be a glue guy and just create for others on the court. And with some of the injuries that they've had already, you're going to get a look at him. I don't think you're going to see him on back-to-backs, nor should you at all at any point this year. Probably won't play back-to-backs. They'll limit him in practice. But if he's healthy and on the floor, he can help them in the playoffs.
I think that's the big thing for Kenny Atkinson is you've lost 2 of your top rotation players, including a superstar in Darius Garland, or a star. And there might be a tendency, if Lonzo Ball is playing well, to want to play him a lot early in the season when they have a lot of minutes to go around. And I'm generally not in favor of babying players, but in his case, he's been so injury prone.
No, they're pretty disciplined, and we saw that when they got off to that incredible start last year. They still sat Donovan against, I think it was Boston, wasn't it? They had
Boston.
Yeah, because that was part of the plan.
So they're pretty disciplined about minutes, and we had that whole debate at the end of the year. Do they not play guys enough? Were they not ready to run? So I think that they will be very responsible with his minutes. They'll keep a cap on him. I have no idea what that number is now. I would imagine it won't be a lot early. You kind of want to build with him. If he's healthy now, you do everything you can to keep him healthy. And you don't keep him healthy by playing him 30 minutes on the opening night. So just gradually build, and make sure he's ready in April, May, and June.
Yeah, the one thing we're going to have to remind ourselves, and the Cavs, I'm sure, are going to remind themselves the whole year, this is a marathon.
Yeah.
It's not a sprint. It doesn't matter what you are in November. It matters what you are in April. And for the last couple of seasons, we have underperformed in the biggest moments of the year, and a lot of that had to do with injuries. If there are basketball gods, and you believe that these things over time even out, we're due a healthy April. We're due.
Yeah.
Because we haven't had it. And you can make strong arguments that it ended our season both times. So because the Cavs have been burned by this, I think they're going to be very careful with them, and I agree with you guys. I think if this season for the Cavaliers ends in a championship, I think a lot of things have to happen. Evan Mobley has to take another step. It looks like he's putting in all kinds of work to become even better. I think that's the biggest thing that has to happen. But also, Lonzo has to be a guy that contributes in the playoff stretch. Yeah. And for him to do that, he's got to be healthy. So I like the move. I'm with you guys. I think I'd even put it higher than number 5 on the underrated moves. Yeah. But we'll see how it all shakes out. What do we have? About 30 seconds?